Celtics Nuggets, two of the best teams in the NBA. They faced off yesterday. It was a phenomenal matchup. Joker finished with a 30-point triple-double. Aaron Gordon, every time this dude catches the ball, it's going to be a highlight reel dunk. Anyway, the defending champs, they've now won 7 of their last 8. It is looking ugly if you are not a Denver Nuggets fan. Joy, they have run through just about anybody that seemed like a formidable opponent. Can anybody stop the Nuggets from repeating?
It doesn't look like it.
It does not at all.
It doesn't look like it. I mean, people are having some nice seasons.
Yeah, real good seasons.
Some good seasons. I don't want to get too crazy and say cute. They're having some good seasons. But Nuggets look different. And here's what's scary about the Nuggets. Last year, we had some questions still, can they make it all the way through? Are they going to come together? Are the role players going to step up? All these moves that they made. Well, now that they're champs, we don't have to wonder if they have the experience. They know what it takes to win a championship. They know who's got to step up. They know how hard it is to do it. So not only are they playing with the confidence that they're good, they know what they're capable of doing. That's just an entirely different level of confidence. I mean, I think that the playoffs will be more competitive than they were last year. But as far as somebody stopping them, look, a lot can happen in the postseason. It's a very, very long postseason. There's a lot of games. You got to account for injuries. Stuff happens. But if they're playing the way that they're playing right now and everyone's available, it is really hard to make a case that they're not going to be in the finals representing the Western Conference.
If it wasn't the Celtics, I didn't know who. To me, the Celtics match up best out of anybody in basketball. Why? Because the Celtics got length. You got Jason Tatum out there, he's 6'8". You got Porzingis out there, he got height on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Celtics have length. The Celtics have experience.
Porzingis guarding.
That was a dilemma. that ended up being the dilemma. But that's my problem is when you think about Denver, why they're so unstoppable, you got a 6'10" 3, you got a 6'10" 4, and they can move. Yeah. Usually when Cavs come out there playing big, you'll just say, you know what, let's go small ball, and we'll just run them off the court. But Michael Porter Jr. is just as fast as your 6'6" 3. Aaron Gordon is just as athletic, if not more athletic, than your 6'8" or your 6'9" 4. So how can you stop the Nuggets when anything you can counter, they can counter with? Yeah. They're just as fast. They're just as deep. They can shoot the tray ball just as well, if not better. They got the best player on the court because Joker's going to be better than anybody's best player on the court, more likely than not. So I don't know, James Jones, how the Nuggets can be stopped.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. The scary thing about the Nuggets is they whooping people and they ain't even playing their best basketball.
At all.
Like some of these games, I'm like, they could play better and they still whooping people. So if I had to pick one team, to be honest with you, Porzingis, yes, he has length, but he ain't guarding nobody.
Yeah, he didn't.
He's not guarding nobody. It's still the Suns for me. Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, a healthy Booker. When those 3 dudes are healthy, they average 121 points. So when you averaging 121 points, your defense ain't really got to be like that. The other team got to put the ball in the basket. So I think healthy-wise, if both these teams are healthy, I think the Phoenix Suns can give them a run for their money in the playoffs. That's the matchup that I'm looking forward to see. And the only team that I can look at right now that can say can slow down or even beat the Denver Nuggets.
I don't know, James. I'm all about matchups, man. And I don't see anybody match up well against them, right? Because they can play the half-court game, right? They got the size and the athleticism that you just talked about. They got the shooters. They got the pick-and-roll game with Jamal Murray and Jokić. And then they really want to run.
Yeah.
And when we want to run, even my point guard got it. Oh, that's cool. You don't have to have it. Because our best player on the team, our 7-footer with a lot of stomach on him, Jokić, runs the point.
Yeah.
And then they got shooters. So I don't know, man. And another thing I like about this team is, like, their head coach is he's phenomenal, right? Even last year when they played the Suns in the playoffs, I watched how Mike was challenging them guys, man. We're not playing defense. We're not playing well. If we play like this, we're going to get blown out. Calling all the starters out, which you don't really see that in basketball. Football, you might see it. You don't see that in basketball, right? So I love everything about this team, and then they know their roles. There's so many times you see star players. We talk about star power on this team because they don't have a lot of it, but they all know their roles. If I didn't get enough shots this game, I'm cool with that. I'll see Jokić have 15 points, another 14 assists, 20 rebounds, and he's happy, cool, right? It's a triple-double. But this game's we had the 35 points, and it looks a lot better. Yeah. But he still has the same type of attitude, and they have the same type of great vibes as if he had 30 points to 15 points. So I just love the Nuggets, man. I think for the West, I got them going all the way. But I will say this year, this playoffs, it's gonna be a lot harder though, right? If you look at all the seedings, right? Because now the Timberwolves are our top seed. Now the OKC's a top seed, right? All these teams that you didn't think are really that good, now they are good. So guys like the Kings. Kings is a really good team. They're the 7th seed, right? The last year's Western Conference Finals, the Lakers, they're in the play-in. The Warriors, you never know what you get with the Warriors. They're in the play-in. So this is gonna probably be the hardest year for the Nuggets, but I do think they come out on top.
What was interesting watching last night's game was it's easier for the Nuggets to get an easy basket than it is for anybody else.
Oh, absolutely.
Think about it.
Yeah, I see that
Drew
too.
Holiday had to hit a tray ball. Then Drew Holiday had to backdoor and hit another tray ball. Nuggets were still up 111-109. Then Jaylen Brown gets a steal. Jaylen Brown's had a phenomenal game. You find Jason Tatum wide open in the corner for a tray ball to take the lead, and Jason Tatum can't do it. Yeah. So what it would have taken for the Celtics to take the lead after being down by roughly 10 points the entirety of the fourth quarter, a Drew Holiday tray ball, which happened. Got that. Another Drew Holiday tray ball. It happened. You got that. Then you need Jason Tatum to hit a tray ball, and you can't get it. Meanwhile, the Joker, he's just going to post up, turn around, find a cutting Aaron Gordon. It's going to be an easy dunk. It's just so hard to get an easy basket, whereas for the Nuggets, James Jones, I just see it in Joy Taylor being extremely easy to get an easy basket. Going to be hard to beat. Going to be very, very hard to beat. Shady going to be hard to beat on Monday, James.
Yeah.
In this 40-yard dash with the whole world watching, LaShawn McCoy is going to be very hard. I mean, he has 10,000 yards rushing. So, I mean,
I got a serious question, though.
Both running.
Who's the underdog and who's the top dog?
I don't know.
If you had the betting rights, who is a good point?
This is where I vehemently disagree. I think that so Giannis didn't even make our little odds thing there because he's 17-1 right now. So can we just do Jokic and Giannis side by side? And hold on, Brew, let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about it for a moment. The points is going to be Giannis, but that's the assists are Jokic. So I would argue they're creating about the same amount of points per game. The rebounds are Jokic, but it's close. They both have elite field goal percentage. They're playing the same amount of games. Right now, Denver has a better record than Milwaukee, but it's very close. Now, Denver has a chance at a 1 seed, Milwaukee doesn't, but Denver also wouldn't have a chance at a 1 seed if Boston was in the West. You know what I mean? So does this... What? What?
Yeah, we're switching conferences.
No, I'm just saying
I just think
I'm saying the number of the seed should. Do we agree that number of seed is not as important as what your team's record is? That if you're the 2 seed and you win 58 games, and in the other conference the 1 seed wins 57, like to me you guys were equivalent. So why would it be that one guy is minus 170, the other guy is 17-1?
One thing you look like, Giannis is telling you, even though it's not true that it's Dame's team, but Giannis is not the go-to guy at the end. That's the Jokic is the go-to guy. Jokic is Mr. Everything for them. Their whole offense revolves around Jokic, not in a bad way, not in a ball-dominant way, but he's creating it all, and he's doing it fluidly. Like, you just watch those two, and I think you come away, Giannis is awesome, but Jokic is just... He's the man. He does it all, whereas the other guy's saying it's his team.
That's right.
He's the one we're looking for at the end of games.
So if Jokic is the league's best offensive player, Giannis right now is 4th behind Luka and Shea, right? So like
offensive player?
Yeah. There's somewhere in that vicinity. Steph maybe is 4th, but Steph's actually...
I mean, statistically, his number.